All right, Unit 5, Lesson 10, just a review lesson for our upcoming test. Okay, so the first one we're going to go through, use PEMDAS to simplify the expression. So if you remember PEMDAS, P is representing parentheses, E is exponents. Okay, and then together, multiplying and dividing from left to right, and then adding and subtracting from left to right. So when we look at this first one, parentheses, the first thing we need to look for, and we do have a parentheses, so we need to simplify that first. So that's saying 10 divided by 5 plus a 9. So we're done with our parentheses. Exponents, we don't have any exponents. Okay, so then we go to our multiplying and dividing. Okay, I see division right here, so we need to do that first. 10 divided by 5, I'm going to get 2 plus the 9. At this point, we only have 2 terms, so we can just finish it off with 2 plus 9 to get us 11. Okay, so the next one. Okay, PEMDAS again. Parentheses. We do have a parentheses, so when we do that, we got to do that 5 minus 3. So 6 times 2 squared plus that 3. So we're done with our parentheses. Moving to that exponents. Okay, I have an exponent right here, and that's saying 2 squared. Okay, so 6 times 2 squared, which is saying 2 times 2, or 4. Now, we're done with our exponents. Moving to that multiplying and dividing. Anytime you get a number times right next to a parentheses, that is saying 6 times 4. So multiplying comes up. So we got to do 6 times 4. So get us 24 plus 3. Finally down to those last 2 terms. Done with multiplying and dividing. Moving to that adding and subtracting to get us 27. Alright, so moving on. Okay, still using our PEMDAS. Okay, so no parentheses, so we're good there. No exponents, good there. So multiplying and dividing from left to right again. So 6 divided by 3 comes up first, which is 2. Times that 7. Okay, we aren't completely done with multiplying and dividing because I got 2 times 7 yet. So 2 plus that 14. Now we are done with multiplying and dividing. Moving to the adding and subtracting of 2 plus 14, we will get 16. Okay, so PEMDAS parentheses, we do have a parentheses, so we got to simplify inside there, which is saying 2 squared, rewriting everything else. Done with parentheses. Moving to the exponents, we got 2 squared, which again is saying 2 times 2. The exponent tells you how many times you multiply the base by itself. So that's going to give us 4 plus that 10 divided by 5. So done with the exponents. Moving to multiplying and dividing. 4 plus 10 divided by 5. I have division, so I got to do that next, which is saying 4 plus 2. Done with multiplying and dividing. Moving to adding and subtracting. 4 plus 2, we get that 6. Alright. Now, simplify each expression by combining like terms. Now, when we do this again, we are going to combine our variable terms with our variable terms, number terms with number terms. Okay, so when I see 3x plus x, if we use our algebra tiles, 3x, that's 3 green rectangles, plus x, that's another green rectangle. And again, a red rectangle cancels a green, so we have no canceling going on there for a total of 4x. Now when I move to the number terms, we got positive 2. And then minus 4 again, which is saying plus negative 4. That's 4 red squares. And again, a yellow cancels out a red, leaving us with 2 reds, which is saying plus negative 2. Now, we're not going to use those moving forward, but keep those in mind. When you're working through these, you can do those in your head. If you need to write them out, write them out. So we got x minus 2x. So that's x minus 2x, or negative 2x. Okay, so that's going to give us a negative x. Okay, now at this point, let's actually go ahead. When I say minus and negative again, that we got to change that to plus, the opposite, which is positive 2. Okay, so let's actually go ahead. Let's rewrite that. So it said x minus 1 plus 2 minus that 2x, and we already combined the variable terms. Okay, now when I combine my number terms, -1 plus 2, 1 red, 2 yellow, a yellow will come out, so plus 1. Okay, I don't see a minus negative anywhere, so I'm not going to worry about that. 3x minus 2x, 3 minus 2, we're going to get 1x. Number terms, 2 minus 3 minus 1. So on this one, let's go ahead. Let's do, we said yellow for positive, so 2, 3 reds, and another red. 2 will cancel, so leaving us with 2 reds. So combining to get -2. So x plus -2. And again, that could be written as x minus 2. Alright, so -2x, -3x, -2 minus 3, that's going to get us -5. So we're going to have -5x plus, combining our number terms, -1 plus 4, which will get us +3. So plus 3. 1 red, 4 yellows, 1 will cancel, leaving us with those 3 reds. Okay, keep going with the simplifying. -y minus 2y. And again, let's write this as plus 3. Okay, again, minusing a negative value is really just adding. Now, with our variable terms, -y, -2y, that's a red rectangle and 2 red rectangles for a total of 3 red rectangles. So -3y plus, combining our number terms, -5 plus 5. Okay, so 5 reds, 3 yellow, leaving us what with -2. Okay. -w, -2w, -1, -2, that gets us -3. So we got -3w plus our number terms, which is 2, minus 3, 2 yellows, 3 reds, so 1 red will come out, meaning -1. So -3w plus -1. Alright, now writing expressions for our word problems. Number of touchdowns Marshawn made last year was triple the number Russell made plus 2 more. Write an expression that represents the number of touchdowns Marshawn scored. Now we want let x equal the number of touchdowns Russell scored. So when we walk through this, number of touchdowns Marshawn made last year was triple the number Russell made. Okay, triple again means 3. Number of touchdowns Russell made was represented with x, so 3 times x plus 2 more. And that is our expression for the number of touchdowns Marshawn scored. Alright, finding surface area now. Probably the hardest one, I would say, is finding the area of these cylinders. Now, whenever we find the surface area again, we are finding the area of all the faces. Okay, so when we break down this one, we're going to have a circle, and if you remember, that final face of these cylinders will be a rectangle. Okay, so breaking that down, we got the circle, and remember, the 2 circles are the same size. So I'm just going to have 2 of those circles. And again, to find the area of a circle, pi times radius squared. Okay, so in this case, 3.14 times 2 squared, or 3.14 times 4. Okay, 2 squared is 4, 2 times 2. So multiplying that out, 3.14 times 4, it's 16, 5, and 12, 2 decimal places, so 12.56. And again, we have 2 of those, and we are in terms of square inches when we find area. So again, we will have 2 of those. Now, for that rectangle, again, length times width, we have the width. We have to figure out that length, which is going to be the circumference of the circle. We're going to find the circumference. 2 times pi times r, which again, the radius was 2, which is saying 2 times pi times 2, pi times 4. If I do 2 times 2, because if it's all multiplication, we can do it in any order. And we've already done that, 3.14 times 4, which we said was 12.56. So that gives us that other dimension on the rectangle. So again, to find the area of that rectangle now, length times the width, so 12.56 times that 5. Go off to the side, multiply that out, I get 36, 33, 15, 75.36. So the area of that rectangle is 75.36. Oh, it would help to multiply by the right number. That is why. Times 5. So, alright. 5 times 6, we're going to get 30. 25, 28. 10, 12. 6, 62.80. So we have an area of 62.80 with our rectangle. And again, to find the surface area, we're going to add all of them up. So we had 12.56 for one circle, 12.56 for the second circle, and then 62.80 for our rectangle. Okay. So adding those up, and again, when we add decimals, we need to make sure to line up the decimal. 12, 19, 7, 8. So 87.92 for our surface area, and again, that's in terms of square inches. Okay, so that was the how to find the surface area of a cylinder. Okay, surface area of a triangular prism now. Okay, again, breaking it down into its faces. We got two triangles. Okay, and those two triangles will be the same size. So a triangle, and looking at those dimensions, we got a base of 4 and a height of 4. So let's go ahead and remember we got 2 times that. So area, again for a triangle, is 1/2 times the base times the height. So in this case, 1/2 times 4 times 4. Okay, or you can say 1/2 times 16. When I do that 4 times 4, half of 16 is 8. And again, we got square inches. Now, for the next one, okay, we got those 3 other faces we have to deal with. So let's concentrate on this rectangle. And in this one, we got a 3 by 8. So find the area of that, length times width. So 8 times 3, or 24 square inches. Now, when we move to this rectangle, that's hiding on the back side. Again, that's a 3 by 8 again. So we have 2 of them. You don't have to worry about finding the area because we already did. But be careful because that last one has different dimensions. So that front rectangle face, drawing out that, we still got that 8, but now on this one we have 4. Okay, so in this area, again, length times width, 8 times 4, or 32 square inches. Okay, so coming all together then, we had 2 of those triangles, 2 of those rectangles, and then finally 1 of that front faced rectangle. Okay, adding those all up, 8, 16, 20, 24, 26, 2, 4, 7, 9, 96. Okay, so the surface area of this 3-dimensional shape is 96 square inches. All right. Okay, so pyramid then, triangular pyramid. Let's break it down into its faces again. The base here, we got a triangle. Okay, so the blue triangle here for the base, we got a base of 4, height of 3. So the area there, 1/2 times the base times the height, or 1/2 times the base, which was 4, height of 3. Okay, I'm going to say half of 4 is 2. 2 times 3, which is 6. So 6 square inches for the area on the base triangle. Now when we move to the other ones, so let's go ahead, let's do this one here. We got a base of 4, but our height will be different, and that's going to be that 6. So the area, again, 1/2 times the base times the height, or 1/2 times 4 times the 6. Half of 4 is 2. 2 times 6, which will give us 12 square inches. Now, one thing you're going to notice, okay, the height of all these triangles will be 6. So whenever I do these, I'm going to look at the base, and what I notice, 4, 4, and 4, they're all the same dimensions. So we have 3 of those triangles. So to find the surface area, we had one triangle that was an area of 6, and 3 triangles that had an area of 12. So adding those up, 12, 42. So we have a surface area for our shape of 42 square inches. Okay, we won't worry about doing another cylinder. And that is it for our Unit 5 review. Okay, if you have questions, make sure to let us know. Otherwise, have a good day.